Do you know what? I didn't get to wear this at download, so I'm going to wear it now. The old D-Load battle jacket. And found last year's poncho in there. Woo! What's up everyone? Simon back here with another video. I hope you're all staying safe and looking after each other out there. It's testing times and I know it feels a little bit like the world's falling apart. Cat, don't interrupt me. But I hope you know, you're all taking care of each other, just like we do at Download every year. Unfortunately, obviously, we couldn't be there. It sucks. I feel your pain. Download TV was pretty cool though. I know there was a lot of complaints about it, but I thought it was awesome. But yeah, today I'm going to run through what the probability are of bands returning for next year. Or the bands that I wanted to see anyway. It would take me too long to go through all of them. But yeah, just to get an idea of who I think would return and who basically has no chance of coming back. So yeah, let's run through those, shall we?
Wait a minute. You don't like our music?
Let's start off with the Friday headliner, which was supposed to be Kiss. Absolutely gutted this didn't take place. One of my favourite things about the festival. I was really looking forward to it. This was supposed to be their last ever Donington performance or Download performance. So I think it would have been quite a special event for them. So if this really is their, was supposed to be their last gig, I know a lot of these older bands tend to milk it. I don't care, I'm a massive Kiss fan, so it's fine for me to come back as many times as they want. But yeah, it would have been great to see them. I think there is a very good chance of them playing next year, as this was supposed to be a special thing. And I read a couple of things on Facebook as well that the band were kind of hinting that they might get booked for next year. Fine with me. I reckon there is a 90% chance of Kiss coming back to play next year.
Shit, what kind of fucking Terminator shit is this? Get close. Give them to me.
Next up, Deftones. I don't know how important to Deftones Download is. I don't know, you know, on their schedule where it ranks up. So maybe a good chance that they'll come back. I mean, they do play the UK quite regularly, so I'd say about 70% for the chance of Deftones coming back. Frank Carter and the Rattlesnakes, if you watch their interview on Download TV, they did actually look genuinely gutted that they couldn't play Download. So I think that there's a very, very good chance, obviously them being a British band as well, that they will probably, you know, try and reschedule stuff to get to Download. It's a good place to have a lot of people see you and get some new listeners. So yeah, I'd say 90% that that Frank Carter and the Rattlesnakes will play again.
There's brownies in here, these famous Woodstock brownies. I wonder what's in these. Those aren't the ones that Ed cooked at his house, though. They look like they're from 1969.
The Offspring, again, on the Download TV thing, they looked genuinely gutted that they couldn't play. Obviously, they haven't played Download that much, so it probably was something that they really wanted to do. But for the bigger bands, again, it is harder to book stuff, I think, probably that far in advance and make sure you get the right dates for those shows. So I reckon about a 60% chance that the Offspring will be back.
What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? That was a different song. I don't know this one. Sorry.
LACUNA COIL, probably a decent chance that they will play next year, I would have thought. Sounded like they really wanted to, and they were, again, gutted for not being able to play Download. So I'd say probably about a 70% chance that LACUNA COIL will play next year. And finally, on the Friday, the final band that I really wanted to see was Sleep Token. Luckily, I saw them in Bristol before the pandemic happened. So that's one good thing that happened this year. Probably be the only thing that happened this year. Yeah, I think there's a very good chance of them playing. I was excited because the last time they played Download, they played on their on the Dogtooth stage, and I was excited to see them on a bigger stage to more people, so people could see how absolutely incredible and weird and different that band is. So for them, it's probably a must just to draw in more of an audience. So I'd say there's a very good chance they'll be back. I reckon about 80% chance that Sleep Token will be back at Download. On to the Saturday, Iron Maiden unfortunately have confirmed that they won't be back for Download next year, which is obviously gutting. Would have been Best of the Beast tour. You would have been getting just a pure best of set picked out from random albums. It would have been absolutely incredible, especially for people that haven't seen Maiden before. That would be like, that's one of the best ways that you can see Maiden, is just them just plucking whatever they want to play out the air and just doing it. So yeah, that sucks. So no Maiden next year, but let's hope they're still going and kicking, you know, by 2022, and hopefully they'll come back and headline and we can get an awesome show. Alter Bridge, again, another one. I'm not sure how important Download is to them. I know to Miles Kennedy it's quite a big thing because he's played so many times with Slash. I think he's played with his own band, obviously with Alter Bridge. So I think there's quite a good chance that Alter Bridge will be back. So I'd say probably, I don't know, 70% chance that they'll be back next year. Gojira. I've never seen Gojira before, and I was really looking forward to seeing them because I've heard they're absolutely fantastic live. Obviously I've seen the videos, but to be there apparently is just insane. So a bit of a shame that's not happening. Obviously they're not too far from the UK, so probably a good chance that they'll be back. I reckon about 70% chance that Gojira will be back, which I will enjoy massively.
In Latin, Mastadon means nipple tooth. True or false?
Mastadon, probably around the same. I mean, God, Gojira and Mastadon on the same day. I mean, if you look at the lineup, they probably were going to clash, which would have been the worst choice ever. But yeah, I'd love Mastadon to come back. But again, don't know how important it is them in their schedule. Download Festival is compared to all the gigs they've got, and I'm sure they do absolutely huge, lengthy American tours as well. So I don't know, maybe a bit less, maybe 65% that Mastodon will be back. KILLSWITCH Engage, they put some stuff on their Facebook recently about some of the old downloads that they've played. So they're probably quite fond memories for them. I would have thought that it might be up on their list to actually play Download. Obviously crowds are always awesome. So I reckon about an 80% chance that KILLSWITCH will come back in 2021.
I don't know where you've been, but would you like to hand sanitize?
I'm okay. I've just been in the bathroom washing them.
Oh, okay. Well, you're good to go.
I went old
Because I'd like to set mine on fire at this point.
I went old school.
You went old school?
I went old school to wash them with soap.
Bush, the band that I was looking forward to seeing the most out of everyone, because I've been a fan for over 20 years and somehow I've never got to see them live, and they are pretty much at their best at the moment with the new stuff, and the band just incredible. You could tell as well, again on Download TV, Gavin Rossdale was really annoyed that they couldn't play, like everyone was really, but he was pretty sure that he was going to try his best to get them to come and play next year, even though they are based in the USA now. So I think there's probably a very good chance that they'll come back as well. I reckon about 80% chance for Bush coming back, but please, that would be incredible. Funeral for a Friend, it actually sucked. Do you know what? Probably them not playing this year and maybe playing next year, depending on how many bands are on the lineup, is a good thing, because I wanted to see them, but they were clashing with a lot of other people. You know, unfortunately, they were probably playing the same time Maiden were, and I wanted to see what Funeral are all about now. Obviously, I've still continued listening to their music, but I haven't seen them live in a long time. So that would have sucked because they would have clashed. But, you know, maybe if they come back next year, they won't clash with anyone that I want to watch and I can actually see them. So I think, obviously, being a British band, again, is probably a lot easier if there is any problems with international travel. So I think a good 80% that Funeral for a Friend will come back. And finally, on the Saturday, Puppy, a band that just come out of nowhere for me. They are fantastic. The new album kind of has like weird ghost vibes to it, but they're really good. And I saw them in 2017 at Download, but I only knew a couple of tracks, so I wasn't too knowledgeable with the other stuff. But now I've listened to every song and I bloody love them. So gutted that obviously can't get to see them. But again, being a British band, probably a good chance that they'll want to grow their audience and play again at Download. But obviously it just depends on dates. So I think again an 80% chance of Puppy coming back to Download. Okay, starting on the Sunday with System of a Down. I mean, they don't play that many shows. They haven't got like long, lengthy tours. Obviously, they haven't done music in quite some time either. So I don't know whether it's whether, you know, how important it is for them to play. But I reckon it's a good 50-50 chance that we could get it again. Obviously, people are always moaning about same people play Download each year, but I guess you could put a little asterisk next to it for this year because no one actually played. So yeah, a good 50-50 chance of them coming back.
It tastes so
Korn, who have become a mainstay for Download, try and get to see them if you can. They are absolutely phenomenal live. And I think there's probably a pretty good chance of them coming back to play. I know that they absolutely love doing the festival. So I'd say about 90% chance, I would say, of Korn coming back.
Who are your typical fans and what do they look like?
国によっていろいろなファンの人がいたりとか、本当にお年寄りの方。
Baby Metal, again, another Download mainstay, whether you like them or not. They draw huge numbers for Download, and obviously people absolutely love them. And they're a very good sort of opening band, really, for you to listen to, you know, coming into metal and heavier music. Very good bridge band from the other side, as some would say. So I think there's probably a good chance of them coming. I know they're obviously, apart from Australian bands, the furthest away, but I think it's probably a good 80% chance that they'll play. Talking of Australian bands, Thy Art Is Murder. I know I was absolutely looking forward to them on main stage. So heavy, so good live. And again, it all depends on international travel. If they can get over here, that would be fantastic. I know that they'd probably love to play it as well, so I think a good 80% chance that Thy Art Is Murder will come back.
Are we all ready to start shitting on the painting?
I'm ready. Yeah, I could do this. You can thumb down. Let's get these barrels rolling.
And finally, The Darkness. I know on Download TV, Justin was saying how gutted he was that they couldn't play and was going to try and come back next year as much as they could and get their dates organised. So I think there's a very good chance of them coming back. Obviously, being a British band helps. So I say a 90% chance of The Darkness coming and playing in 2021. So yeah, there you go. That's who I think will come back and what the probability is of that happening. Obviously, it's all up in the air at the moment. We don't really know what's happening, what gigs are going to be like, if there's even going to be a gig this year, what festivals are going to be like next year. But you know, we can all just hope that it happens, and I'm going to continue doing videos all the way up till it happens, or if it doesn't happen. So yeah, like and subscribe, that would really help me out. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I shall see you in the next one.